Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1085. New hat today. Welcome to the weekend. Happy Saturday. I'm repping MLB Network, Club 400. This hat came. I actually like the fit of. I don't like the way it looks. Looks like I'm concealing my identity. But I don't want to. Bad hair day, right? So I like that. It hangs a little too low. I think I might need to tighten it up like one notch. One notch. This might be two notches. This might be a little too. Oh yeah, that's way too tight. That'll give me a headache. So this MLB Network hat came in the Cubs convention grab bag. So you pay $50 and you get a bunch of. There were a couple hats. I think there were two hats. I think that was actually this might have been one level. Okay, so here we go. MLB Network with the Cubs logo. See that? Oh. So this was in the Cubs convention. Cubs convention grab bag. You pay $50. You get a bunch of. I feel like it's like tilted now. Maybe I don't like this hat. You get a bunch of like stadium giveaway stuff. So this must have been a stadium giveaway last year. There was National Hot Dog Day, like fishing hat. Gonna put that on eBay. Let's see what else was in there. I don't think there were any shirts in mine. There was one of the bobbleheads. It's actually a statue. I think it's an Ernie Banks statue that's behind there. What else was in there? Like a plastic cup. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. So yeah, for $50, I think it's a pretty good deal. Sometimes there's like an item in there. Last year, there was something in there last year that I resold for like $50 on its own. And then usually in the past, there's been bobbleheads, which those sell for $50 on their own. But I keep those. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. This year that you could buy two grab bags, but you can only buy one grab bag per person. So that's why it's tricky when they go on sale on Friday. Like you have to be in line. You can have a buddy hold your spot in line, but if your buddy wants one, that's what I ran into this year. I had actually two people. One guy was way up front in the line, so I could have joined him. And then my other friend, Dave, was a little further back. And by the time I got out of the line at the Cubs Authentic store and got upstairs, they had both gone in and out. Fortunately, the line was moving pretty fast. Like they have really got it down over these last few years because it's one of the more popular items at Cubs convention. So they did let you buy one grab bag of the giveaways and then one grab bag of the bobbleheads. So I bought one of each. The bobblehead bag was like a steal. I mean, I got the Clark Hogan bobblehead, Henry Rowan Gardner, and then the Star Wars Nico Horner, which the Star Wars Nico Horner sells for like $100 on eBay. The Clark Hogan goes for like 60 to 70, and then the Rowan Gardner probably 40 to 50. So hell of a deal. Hell of a deal. I forgot to share a story yesterday that I was so excited to tell, but I got caught up in Friday. I got so excited. I am very proud of myself, and you should be proud of me. So here's what happened. I went to the liquor store. Be proud. I went to the liquor store and got, because my buddy Brian came over Thursday night. So this is Thursday. So I'd gone to the liquor store. I got a case of Spotted Cow and then a 6-pack of a local beer that I like. It's called Supper Club from Capital Brewing, which is actually just down the road, about 2 miles from my house in Middleton. So I bought a 6-pack of that. And so I put it in the back hatch because I had to move. I took a lot of my cards out to create space for something. What was I creating? Oh, probably my suitcase for Cubs convention. So I opened the hatch and I put the beer in the back hatch. I drove home. Did I go to the grocery store also? Was that Thursday? That might have been earlier in the week. So I think it was just beer in the back hatch. So I come home and I push the hat. I'm reading Jamie. What's up, Jamie? I'm reading it. Love the hat. Thank you. I push the button to the hatch and it's like stuck on something. It won't open. Like, what the fuck? So I come from the age where if something's broke, you just punch it. Like the side of the TV. If it gets all squirrely, you just punch the side of the TV and poof, it fixes it. So I still have that ingrained into my brain. If it doesn't work, just punch it. So that didn't work. It doesn't work. It's disappointing that doesn't work anymore. So I what else did I try? So then I tried doing it from my push button, my remote. Boop. Still doesn't work. What the fuck? So I'm like, well, maybe it's the snow because there's like frozen snow on top. Maybe it's like messing with sensor. I don't know. So I brushed the snow off. My neighbors are probably, because the garage doors, my car's in the garage doors open. My neighbors are probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? So that didn't work. And then I'm getting pissed. Now I'm getting mad. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna end up breaking it. So I then went inside the hatch and I'm looking around and I see this thing in the middle of the hatch that looks like a button. And there's gotta be, like, in this day and age with like human trafficking and shit, wouldn't you think there's like an escape button? There's not. What the fuck? What are we doing, Ford? This is a Ford, by the way. What are we doing? There should be like an escape button. So this thing that I thought wasn't a button. And I'm looking around and there's some little things that I thought, nope. And I like push the button. I'm like, push. Nothing's working. Now I'm getting very irritated and I have to pee. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring in my shit and go pee and go inside. And then all of a sudden it dawns on me. Where are we at right now? YouTube. There's gotta be like this is how you fix your unopened Ford hatch. So I pee, wash my hands, and then I sit on the couch and I type into the Google machine how to open my Ford Edge hatch. And like the first thing that pops up is a YouTube video, and it's like 2 minutes long. It's not like Hobby Evolution where 47 minutes into the video, the guy says, oh, and by the way, here's how you open the hatch. So I get why people are frustrated. Just get to the point. So this guy has 2-minute video. Remember that I thought it was a button inside the back hatch? It's not a button, but that is the secret. That's how you get the hatch open. So I guess if you're ever kidnapped and it happens to be that you're in a Ford Edge, I guess a Ford Edge is an SUV, so your kidnappers could see you fucking around in the back. So I guess it probably won't work. Shoot you. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I don't know what word. I don't think I can say like those words. Anyway, so I'm watching the video and it's this like magical little plate. You take a flatbed screwdriver. Hey, I have one of those. And then you get this little button thing off. And then inside, and he's like getting in, and he's like on the floor. Like, I have boxes of baseball cards, so I've got to like move shit. Like, damn it, this is gonna more work for me. He gets that screwdriver in there, and he's like, and you can move it around in there, and then hits the button, the hatch opens. I'm like, okay, hey, I think I can handle this. I have a flathead screwdriver. It's one of my 3 tools that I use. Flatbed, Phillips, and a hammer. It's all you need. Proven with this example. So I grab my flathead screwdriver. I go outside all happy. I'm going to fix this all by myself. I get in there. The plate's actually a little more difficult than I expected to get this damn thing off, but I got it. And then I had to move boxes around because I had to like lay flat in the back, and I had to get my phone flashlight going. And then I had to stick the screwdriver in this like little hole, and then you just like fish it around. Like you're basically fishing. You're basically fishing for like this little button, but you can't see it because it's like down on the floor and you're down on the floor, but I'm fat. So I'm a little more elevated than a skinny person would be. I bet a skinny person recorded that video on YouTube. So it took me a while, and I'm starting to get pissed where it's just like, I'm just going to punch it. Maybe that'll work. And finally I hit something, and I could hear, like, as I'm like shoving the screwdriver in the hole, I can hear like stuff on my dash. And I'm like, what am I breaking? What else am I pushing in the meantime? And finally I hit the magic button. My hatch opens. I fixed it. Now I'm not in the clear yet. Not yet. Now let's get out of the car. Let's go around. Let's shut the hatch. Make sure it latches. See, the big problem with this was I was about just to say, fuck it, and leave it. I couldn't do that though. Why? Because it not only would it not open, it wouldn't latch. Remember what happened to me last year? My hatch didn't latch. That rhymes. And my battery went dead on the day that I had to leave for Cubs convention. I had to rent a freaking car to drive to Harvard, Illinois, just to hop on a train. I rented a car to drive an hour to let the rental car sit in a parking lot for 3 days. That's my dedication to Cubs convention. So I didn't want this to be a repeat of last year, although I don't have any, we're in the clear of Cubs convention. So I shut the door, shut the hatch, it latched, and let's make sure it opens again. Opened it, it opens, it latches. I fixed it. All you need is a flathead screwdriver, some duct tape. I have duct tape too. I guess that's something else you need. You can do just about anything with a hammer, some duct tape, and a Phillips and flathead screwdriver. That's all this guy needs. Now, am I using those very often? No. Something breaks. Hey, can you come over and fix this thing? I was getting close. To doing that. Call somebody like, hey, I can't get my hatch open. They're like, dude, just get a screwdriver and look at YouTube. Okay. I guess it's as simple as that. We've got Mikey in the house. Good morning. What's happening? It's Saturday. I slept in this morning. Felt good. Felt good to sleep in. Felt good. I was watching the Badgers last night. Badgers laid an egg earlier this week against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. So that'll probably hurt them in the rankings. They moved all the way to number 11 in the nation, but then lost to Penn State this week. They handled the Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana's not very good, though. But they handled them at home last night. But the Badgers probably will drop a couple spots in the top 25 this coming week. My Leathernecks are in action today. Dan, what's up? Should probably be in bed, but I'm here. It's late. If I'm sleeping in, that means Dan's staying up late. That's how the time zones work. Dan's in South Korea. Stuke's in the house. Good morning. Some people have hair, he says. Mikey says, are you on the run? Oh, is it because my hat's dipped low? This is just how it sits on my head. Talking Tatis, good morning. Loving that hat, my friend. Want to trade for something? I think I'm going to keep. I think I'm coming around to it. It's a nice fit. The hat is. I like the hat because it's like the old trucker style hat. It's got the Cubs logo, so I'm repping the Cubs. I like the it's a sweet logo, and I like the blue white because that's the Cubs. It's just, I don't know. I just feel that's and speaking of the MLB Network, when I was on MLB Network, when I did the thing for their show Carded at the National, my hat was like this. Like you couldn't like, hey, well, tell me about 1 million. And it's like when I watched it back, I'm like, damn, pull your hat up, guy. Maybe it's an MLB Network thing. Low hats, the Low Hat Society. Jamie, what's up? He says he loves the hat. Well, good. People love the hat. Dan says, how often does Thomas Ian Nicholas show up at the Cubs convention? Wasn't sure if that was a one-time visit or if he shows up occasionally. So I think him actually at the Cubs convention itself was a one-time thing. He's been, one time I met him was at Carrie Wood's fundraiser, Woody's winter warm-up. And he might have also been when he like appeared at the convention. So I think that was just a one-off. But hey, speaking of Carrie Wood, he's going to be inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame this year with Aramis Ramirez. He used to do the Woody's winter warm-up the Friday night of Cubs convention. Hasn't done that since COVID. He did do an event, a Woody's winter warm-up, but it wasn't a winter warm-up. It was something different because it was in May. I think it was to celebrate like the anniversary of his 20 strikeout game. Was it last year? Does the math add up? No, the math doesn't add up. Oh, maybe it does. It does. It was 25 years. Yeah. Last year was the 25th anniversary. Can you believe that? It's been 25 years since the Carrie Wood 20 strikeout game, which was in 1998. So I got an alert that Carrie Wood is doing an alumni bash, Cubs alumni bash. So I'm intrigued. It's the week of opening day. I think it's on a Wednesday, April 3rd. But hey, I sell baseball cards out of my basement. I'm there, man. Day off. I'm asking the boss for the day. Well, my boss, the wife, hey, I'm going to go to Chicago for Carrie Wood's alumni bash. So I asked my buddy Glendon Rush. I asked Glendon, I'm like, hey, are you coming back for Carrie's alumni bash? Because him and Carrie were teammates and they were good friends when they played together. And he's like, I don't know. When is it? Because I think they just like released the information yesterday. So I'm like, it's April 3rd. So Brooks Kieschnick said, he's like, Carrie was my roommate with AAA Iowa. I'm like, I did not know that. I'm like, well, that's freaking cool. And so he's like, when is it? So maybe Brooks will be back. Glendon, of course, other players will be back for it. So no other details are being released. If anybody's a Carrie Wood fan and would like to go, it's a public event. It'll be a public event. Usually the Woody's winter warm-up was like $250, which in my opinion was well worth it. Dave Arnold, I think I saw him in the chat. He's the one that introduced me to the Woody's winter warm-up. Woody's alumni bash. Save the date. It's been a big year for Pitch In. That's his charity foundation, and our founder, Carrie Wood. If you missed Woody's event at Cubs Convention this year, which I didn't know there was one this year, we are excited to tell you to save the date for April 3rd, 2024, opening day week for an epic pregame bash to raise funds for Pitch In Chicago and have a blast with Cubs alumni and our very own soon-to-be Cubs Hall of Famer. Sign up for our newsletter if you want to be the first to get details. So just check out Pitch In Chicago. They have a website. They're on social media. So check that out. I'm looking forward. April 3rd, I believe it's a Wednesday. It is. Is that the Cubs home opener? Let me see. Where's the MLB schedule? Because I know they open up in Texas against the Rangers. Let's go. Cubs schedule. Where's the schedule? There we go. April 3rd. Oh no, it's the end. I know why. It's a night game, and then there's an off day. Oh, that's sweet. That works out well for like players because it's a night game followed by an off day, followed by a home game, a homestand that weekend against the Dodgers. Ooh, that might be a fun. I'll be 2 weeks coming back from spring training. I don't think I can spend 3 days in Chicago. But that'll be fun. It's against so April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is the home opening series against the Rockies. And so April 3rd is the last game of the series. It's a Wednesday, so Woody's Alumni Bash in the afternoon. Go to the game, and then I'll head back on Thursday. So there you go for anyone that's interested. Boston Smoke, good morning. Barry's in the house. Good morning. It's snowy and icy in New Jersey. It's snowy here. I think it's icy. I saw like somebody post on Reddit or neighborhood next door thing. They've now the roads are, they get out. Everybody's bitching about snow removal and the roads suck. And then they get out and they do what they can. And now it's even worse. People are bitching even more. Like, just stay home. Mr. Archer, good morning. Winter is the worst. I agree. But I do appreciate winter in the short term because it makes me appreciate the warm weather more. I couldn't live. I could. I would make it work. Like San Diego, where it's like the same temperature year round. Not much up and down. I appreciate, like, when it's super hot, you appreciate a 70-degree day. And then when it's cold or it's below normal temperatures in the summer, you appreciate a 90-degree day with humidity. I do. Most don't. I do. When it's 10 below zero, 20 below zero, like we're going to get 20 below zero wind chills this weekend. It's going to warm up to like the 20s next week, and it's going to be like, this is great. Which is perfect. Let's get the Madison Card Show banner rolling. A week from today is the Madison Card Show. And hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed for no winter weather. This weekend, we've got 20 below wind chills, but next Saturday, no precipitation in the forecast at this point with a high of 36. Woo! I can take that. I won't be freezing my nuts off lugging boxes of cards into the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. Porter, what's going on? Good morning. Next Saturday, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Sold out, 135 tables. A long waiting list has already been started. Going to be a great time. I'm going to have quarter boxes. I will have some new stuff in my quarter boxes, but it's going to be, if you're into like 2005 Topps Heritage, 2014 Ginter, like some of those, I feel there's a need for those in bargain boxes. So I've been trying to find some of that stuff because I have multiple people usually looking for those. So I'll have some of that. I won't have any new like hot prospects, anything like that in my boxes this month unless it's carried over from previous shows. So nothing new if you look through them in December in that regard. There might be some like Topps Tribute or Topps Tier 1 or something. I found a box with a whole bunch of those in there. Where are we at? Merle says, I'm not sure a lot of kidnappers drive Ford Edges. That's true. That's a good point. Probably not. Philly Joe's in the house. Good morning. East Coast Tom, what's happening? He's going to Hartford, Wisconsin for a card show today. Very cool. I think there's one in Hartford. I think there's one in Woodstock today. Woodstock, Illinois. I think that's it. Dave's in the house. What's up? He finally made it home from Chicago. He was hanging out with the bums at the train station, begging for change. Dave says the Leathernecks are in action today. Yet Tennessee State. This is a big one. Tennessee State, I think, is pretty good. I think they're what's the standings look like? I think the Leathernecks are in first place in the OVC. I think, are the Leathernecks 4-0 in the OVC? Where's my thing? And I think it's a weird start time. Is it like a 3:30 start time? When did they start doing it? I don't remember day games, Saturday day games when I was working there. Maybe a couple times. I think we did I think one of our Bracket Busters games was an afternoon game, which sucked. That was the game I think Terrell went down with an injury for the season. 3:30 against Tennessee State. Let's go to the OVC. Ohio Valley standings. Oh, come on. Now we got to go back to the OVC. Ohio Valley. All right. We've got Western Illinois, 5-0. First place in the OVC. Love it. Morehead State's in second. at 5-1. SIUE is in third place at 4-2. And then Tennessee State, along with Martin and Little Rock, are all tied with records of 3-3. Go Leathernecks. 9 wins straight for Western Illinois. 3:30 tip-off, ESPN Plus. I'll be tuned in. Merle says that's a video that shows you how to change the oil in a Ford Edge. Oh, I wouldn't even try. I don't even think I need a screwdriver to change. I don't know. Maybe I do. What do you need to change the oil? Oil and maybe one of those like cone things. I don't have a cone thing. I'd have to use like a piece of paper, make my own cone. Christian, good morning. He's brewing the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid, getting ready for tomorrow. Are there playoff games? Playoffs? Are there playoff games today? I think there's 2 games, right? Saturday, we've got, same time as the Leathernecks, so I won't be watching the Texans-Ravens. Well, football games are long, so after the Leatherneck game, I'll be able to tune into the end of the Texans-Ravens game that kicks off at 3:30. Packers! The 49er game is on at 7:15. Go Niners. So here's who I want in the Super Bowl. So this means it's not going to happen. Sorry, Christian. This means it's not going to happen because never, except in 2005, when the Bears made it to the Super Bowl. I want the Lions to represent the NFC. Go Detroit. I want the Lions. They play, by the way, Buccaneers at 2:00 tomorrow. Lions are actually a 6-point favorite. And then I want it to be Lions versus Chiefs. That's my ideal Super Bowl of the 8 teams remaining in the playoffs. So I don't want any of the teams today to be in the Super Bowl. So I want all of them to lose. So I want the Chiefs and Bills play tomorrow night, 5:30. Bills are a 3-point favorite. Lions a 6-point favorite against the Bucks. The Niners tonight are a 10-point favorite against the Packers. That's a lot. Damn. I would put money on the Packers at +10, even though I don't want them to win. Like the 10 points is a ton in the NFL. The Ravens are 9.5-point favorites against the Texans today. So today I want it to be the Texans and 49ers. Those are who the teams I'm rooting for today. Texans over the Ravens, Niners over the Packers. Tomorrow, Lions over the Buccaneers, Chiefs over the Bills. And then I want the Chiefs to beat the Texans and the Lions to beat the 49ers. That means none of that's going to happen. It's going to be opposite. Dan says, you and I agreed the low hat look wasn't a good one with those ears sticking out. All right, my ears sticking out. Shut up, Dan. Pax and Brews, good morning from the West Coast. It's not as early on the West Coast. It's 7:30. I'm late because Randy, the bargain boxer, just woke up. No food talk. We talked about me fixing my car by myself with nothing but a YouTube video and a screwdriver. How about that? That's all you missed. -11 in Indiana where I think it's above 0 here. It wasn't as bad when I took Biscuit to go potty this morning. By the way, I did not try to capture pee this morning. Oh, I failed yesterday. I'm 0 for 2, and today I'm like, fuck it. So the vet said, you can just bring her in here and we can capture it. My wife's like, I can do it when I get home. She gets home a week from today. So I think I'm just going to take either one of those options. Like, this is difficult. 1 degree above 0 right now in Madison, Wisconsin. It's just as cold here in Illinois. I'm glad it's down there. It's at least above 0 here. Max is in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Like the hat. Where did you get it? It was in the Cubs convention grab bag. It's actually Cubs on the side. I think it was a stadium giveaway at Wrigley last year, and then they stuff all the leftover stadium giveaways into these grab bags and charge $50 at Cubs convention, which is a good deal. So I think I'm going to keep the hat. There was a National Hot Dog Day, like fishing hat, bucket hat. That I'm just going to throw on eBay for whatever it sells for. Probably not much. Pax and Brews just found a reverse negative Donruss Juan Gonzalez in a box at home while sorting old cards. The thing looks flawless. The disappointing, I thought that was a huge error card. And I've looked back in my library of Beckett baseball magazines. It was never a huge card. And maybe I was looking, maybe at one point it was, and I'm just looking at the wrong month or year. But I was kind of looking at the height of Juan Gonzalez, and it was like a $4 card. And I think it runs roughly the same on eBay today. Like, I put, when I list the 90 Donruss, I do my average price. Sometimes it'll be in a 99-cent pile. Sometimes it's $1.75, but it's on the low end of my listings. And then the reverse negative, I'll put on for like $3, like basically double of the regular, which is disappointing because I always thought, oh, the reverse negative, this is a big card. It's not. Disappointing. Randy says, grade it. Mr. Archer, Paxton, I was just thinking about that card in the 89 Upper Deck Dale Murphy. There were some great error cards. The reverse negatives, Dale Murphy, Juan Gonzalez, of course, the Billy Ripken from 89 Fleer, the Randy Johnson from 89 Fleer. Kind of an underrated error from that same set, 89 Fleer, was the Jeff Treadway, where there's something like I don't know. I think it's a term in like computer graphic design or whatever, but it was that thing was at the top. And that's actually a pretty rare error. What were some of the other error cards of that time? Like the 91 Topps Keith Comstock. It was never it was never as big as Gonzalez, Murphy, Ripken, Johnson, Treadway. I know like some of the early 80s when the error card craze hit, the early 80s, there were a ton of early 80s errors, especially Donruss and Fleer, since they were a new company at the time. There were some great error cards. Red Light 34, he says, hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Subscribe to the channel. Hit up my eBay store. We know the card show is next weekend in Madison. Let's tell you about the eBay store, 99centcards.com. 7 or more and get 25% off. Rain is ruining a great weekend to go to the beach without tourists. Well, he's not in the Midwest. Big Harv is not in Wisconsin or Illinois or Indiana. We know that. Bargain Boxer says, Betty doesn't find the Dale reverse negative sitting in a box. That one's a toughie. Mikey says, my grandma just bought 2,000 books and I have to load them in -11 weather. I don't envy that. Sorry for your pain. That does not sound fun. Andy Mack is here. Good morning. That's how Mikey's starting his morning. Bargain Boxer says, yikes. Did you hear about our Illinois basketball star? He raped a girl in Kansas. Wasn't that isn't he in the clear? Terrence Shannon, I believe, is free to come back to the team, right? I think he's going to be playing in tomorrow's game. I don't know any of the details surrounding what the allegations were. So I really can't speak to that. Would you want to sell your bargain boxes to me? Probably not. Probably not, because it's too much of a pain for me. If you wanted to come to Wisconsin to the Madison Card Show, we could work out a deal, but the shipping is just a bitch. So probably not. Dave says the OVC has both women's and men's games together. Women play at 1, men at 3:30. Oh, so it's a conference thing. That's why there's these weird, wacky 3:30 games. I think there was a time where we did, in the Summit League, I think every once in a while we did conference doubleheaders, and it was probably on Saturdays, because I remember the women traveling with us. Not with us, but we would be in the same hotel. Both teams would be, because we'd hit up karaoke with some of the coaches. I remember that in Fort Wayne when we played IPFW, the Mastodons. I remember there was a hotel in Fort Wayne. I think it was called Hotel Fort Wayne. And I think it was an old like Howard Johnson's or something to that effect that was just now independent. And it was like a freaking maze. But I have this weird memory where I have photographic memory for certain things. Unfortunately, it's not for like test taking. Like I don't have a photographic memory reading books. Like it doesn't work like that. But visual like experiences, roads, like I seldom get lost. Sometimes I might, and I just work my way out of it because I'm stubborn. But I've just got this knack for finding my way around. And the Hotel Fort Wayne was like this freaking maze. And I remember just knowing exactly where to go. Like, oh, we go down this hall, take a left here. Nope, don't go straight. Take a left, take a right, take a left. Now we got to go across the Sky Bridge and go over here. And I knew exactly where to go. So that was Hotel Fort Wayne. And they had like a tiki. It was like a tiki type. I think there was like a craze, like tiki bars became like a thing in some point in the 2000s, late 2000s, early 2000 teens. And so they had this like tiki inspired restaurant bar in the hotel, and they did karaoke that night. So we were doing karaoke or something in the hotel bar. Big Harv, the NFL doesn't want those in the Super Bowl for ratings alone. I know, but I do. I don't care about the NFL, what they want. I want what I want. Good morning, Mark. It's 13 on the positive in Boston. Finally cleared decline in the stairs. Can finally get up back to my card room. Congrats. Great to hear. And I'm sure for yourself, you're looking forward to getting back into the card room. That is good to hear. Max, what's going on? He says he's playing with house money. That's true. Packers are playing with house money. Go Pack Go, Max says. Cooters in Dallas. Cooters at the Dallas Card Show. Tell everyone hello. Hello, Dallas. Bargain Boxer says Cooters lucky. Bargain Boxer, I assume Bargain Boxer is not going into any card shows today because it's 9:40 on a Saturday. So I would think Bargain Boxer would already be digging through the bargain boxes if he was planning on a card show today. Joe Olivo, good morning. CDP, where do you enter your box and tab number? I entered it in all the options such as section, box, cabinet, but when a card sells, I don't see it anywhere on the listing. Within the spreadsheet. So I export the spreadsheet, and then on the spreadsheet, it's column 2, and then that's what I upload. So I still, and I don't, how are you actually uploading your stuff to eBay? That would be my question. So when I'm done, and I can show you, so actually this is, and you know what? I'm going to show you because I haven't listed these yet. I scanned them and uploaded them last night, and then started watching the Badger game. But I'll show you how easy. Like, it's only 70% accurate, but look how easy it is. So much better than the previous version of Card Dealer Pro. It like takes a second. All right, so here we are. So this is 2007 Allen and Ginter. Let's get the screen bigger. There we go. So 2007 Allen and Ginter. And look, it didn't match this frickin' base card of John Lackey. So here's what you do. You go over to database match, 2007 Ginter Lackey. Boom. Next, Francisco Rodriguez, 2007 Ginter Rodriguez. There might be a couple. Yeah, there's Yvonne. There's Francisco. Mike Sweeney, it found it. No match found. It's Friel. So it is kind of annoying that, okay, these should be matched, but it takes me 2 seconds to get those typed in. Garrett Anderson, Ryan Sheila, another one, Brett Myers, 2007 Ginter Myers. Boom. That's it. Benji Morneau. Here's another one, the Ferris wheel, 2007 Ginter Ferris. Boom. And it's even got the photos in the database. So when I upload, so the only thing, so everything that I have within the Card Dealer Pro website is ready to list, with the exception of my SKU, because that hasn't, I don't think that is, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that's anywhere within Card Dealer Pro. That's going to be, so I go to export all cards, that spits out a spreadsheet. I download it. I don't think there's one up there, but, and then in the column, I just type in box 24, tab F, copy, paste it all the way down, and save it, and then go to eBay, upload spreadsheet, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Mr. Archer says the 89 Fleer Marlboro ad, Randy Johnson is an error, right? The no-name, oh yeah, how could I forget? One of the most iconic Junk Wax error cards, the Frank Thomas no-name on front. Mark says, good luck, Cooter. Can't wait to see what you pick up. Hopefully we'll make it to Dallas this year. Me too. And it's for me, it's probably not going to be until the end of 2024 if I do make it. Just looking at the schedule, the first half isn't going to work. Summer's probably not going to work because of the national, and possibly a European vacation in June. So looking at probably the end of the year, maybe when do they fall? I guess we can look up the Dallas Card Show, right? Dallas Card Show 2024. Countdown to the next Dallas Card Show. It's today. Let's see. January is this weekend, March 14th through the 17th. So that's a no-go. I'll be in spring training, which, by the way, my spring training trip does align with the big Phoenix, Arizona State Card Show, which is like 400 table. It's a big show that weekend. So I'm going to plan on going to that show on the Friday because the Cubs do not have a home game that day. May 16th through the 19th. That's a potential. I don't think May I have anything going on. My Madison Card Show hopefully will be the Memorial Day weekend. If I get that date, which I usually do, which aligns with Bratfest. Hey, I wonder if Bratfest has announced their lineup for this year. Let's check that out next. Looks like they may have a June show, June TBA. May's a possible, if my wife and I do not go to Europe in June, May's a possibility because that leaves me enough time for the national, between trips, because March is spring training. I don't want to be gallivanting across the country and world while I'm trying to run a business at the same time. September 5th through the 8th, that could be a possibility. And then Halloween weekend, October 31st through November 3rd. So really May, I'd say there's probably a 20% chance I could make May. September, there's a better chance. October, November, probably a better chance for September because October 31st, what's that? What's Halloween fall on? I don't necessarily know if I want to schedule my Madison Card Show if Halloween's on that's the first weekend in November. Okay. So yeah, my Madison Card Show would probably be, hopefully, if I get the date, October 26th. So really there's 3 potential dates for Dallas that I could make this year. But again, just like last year, I was pretty confident I could make a show this in 2023. It didn't happen. So, but those are all dates. January obviously is this weekend, so that's out. March is out. June will be out. But May, September, October are possibilities. What else did I want to see? Oh, Bratfest. So the Madison Card Show, if you weren't with us around last May, the Madison Card Show in May is Memorial Day weekend, which is the same weekend as Bratfest, which happens across the street, across John Nolan Drive, in fact. Bratfest is the world's largest Bratfest. Since 1983, the world's largest Bratfest has sold more than 4 million brats to help raise almost $2 million, benefiting over 100 local charities. So it's Memorial Day weekend, rain or shine, 3 days of free music, fantastic food, and family-friendly fun to help kickstart the summer in Madison. So it's right across the street. Oh my goodness. Guess who's back? Bratfest 2024, Slaughter. Oh, baby. So Friday, May 26th, Frankie Ballard. Do we know who that is? I don't know who Frankie Ballard is. Frankie Ballard looks like he's headlining Friday night. Who else? I guess we can share the screen. Stop. Let's present Bratfest. You don't have to look at my face. There we go. Bratfest. Here we go. So let's see. Saving Abel. I like Saving Abel. Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses. He performed last year. So it looks like they're just bringing back the same people as last, because I think Saving Abel played last year. Or are we looking at 2023? Frankie Ballard, Country Rock. I don't know who Frankie Ballard is. Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses. Is this last year's schedule? This might be last year's schedule. Let's check the calendar. It's Friday, May 26th, 2024. May 26th. No, May 26th is a Sunday. So this is last year's schedule. Okay, good. I'm like, these are the same acts that played last year. All right, so we don't have musical acts for 2024. Where are we at? Let's see. Hall of Fame card collector. Mikey says, I'll be uploading even more basketball cards when I get home. Nice. I was having a conversation, I think at Cubs convention with somebody about basketball cards and how, no. It wasn't at Cubs convention. It was Brian. Brian came over, Offbeat All-Stars, came over the other night and we were talking about I'm like, I can list singles of basketball and they just don't move. And I also get super low ball offers on basketball if they're like if I list a baseball card, thank you, baseball card collectors, by the way, thank you. Because if I get if I have a $5 card on eBay, if it's baseball, like the lowest offer I usually get, I'm not saying I don't get low ball offers on baseball. I do. I most certainly do. But for the most part, a majority of the offers on, say, a $5 card that I get are $3 and above. Sometimes it's $4.50. Usually it's $4. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Basketball, like every offer I get on a $5 card, $1. I'm like, and I just end up decline. I just dirty decline most of them. It's like, I'm so tired of these lowball basketball buyers. But the crazy thing is my single card sales, on basketball suck. But when I put those small lots, like I only have like 3 small basketball lots left, and I had probably 20 to 25. They move, and I'm not talking about like Michael Jordan. I'm talking Hakeem Olajuwon, like 90s junk, Chris Mullin. Penny Hardaway, but the thing is, the large lots, I don't really sell those. Like every once in a while, I'm really happy when I do, but it's those 8 cards for $5 lots that just Ken from Bean's Ball Card Blog. He's the godfather of small player lots. Turned me on to it several years ago, and I'm like, hey, this worked. They do sell. It's not like they're going to sell. Sometimes I can list cards and I'll have somebody buy 20 in like within 12 hours of listing, like on singles. I'm not moving them that fast, but yeah, they'll move. And it's like, oh, hey, another player lot sold. And I keep telling myself maybe this afternoon as I'm watching the Leatherneck game, maybe that's what I need to focus on, is like get some more small player lots, especially basketball. Get some more small player lots up and get those moving. Andy Mack says you can copy paste the wording you keep repeating typing too. Oh, that's good. Cooter says just submitted my first cards ever for slabbing. Cooter, you're one of us. I've only submitted like 3 times. And I'm pretty sure Cooter is doing it for the same reasons I did it. I'm not slabbing for resale value. I'm slabbing just to preserve the card. And like those tobacco cards that you see in the background, they look so much better in a SGC slab than they do in a top loader or one touch. Welcome to the club, Cooter. Yeah. Joe says, so you enter it under the SKU column. Yeah, I think it's I can show you here. Let me share my screen. I need to present window Excel. Okay, so this is a recent upload that I did. So you see, there we go. So you see on the far left, it's under column B, custom label. So that's where so basically I export this from Card Dealer Pro, this spreadsheet, 24E, and then I open it up, and then under column B, custom label, I'll type in box 24 tab E, and then I copy and paste it all the way down and save it, and then upload to eBay. And that's the only thing I change. I don't believe quantity is within Card Dealer Pro either. So I did do, and I had some 2005 Heritage, and I had a bunch of dupes, and I'm like, well, I'm going to put these in, and it was a pain in the ass. So I'm like, you know what? The next batches of this, I'm just going to do a single card, and the duplicates are going in a quarter box. So there it is, column B. That's under custom label. Where are we at? I am grumpy. You can fill in SKU under pricing and inventory under inspector view. Oh, let's go check that out. Inspector view. Okay, let's just let's present. All right, let's see. Okay. What did you say? What where am I at? Pricing and inventory. Pricing and inventory. Okay, so here it is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Star for the data. I am grumpy 1, 2, 3. Yep, there it is. SKU. Why won't it let me type? Okay, it won't let me type. Why won't it let me type? So I wonder if there's somewhere in when you create your batch. Let's add a batch. Test SKU. All right, so it's going to be baseball, generic, bulk settings. Do my $1.75. All right. So I don't know where I would put it because it's not going to be in any of these. Create batch. We'll just do Mr. Lackey. Yeah, because then it's just going to go to this screen. Huh. So I don't know. How do you change it in inspector view? Because it wouldn't let me type anything in. Max says, can we talk about not being able to enjoy a card show because there are too many people? Yeah. You get some interesting comments on Facebook. Under the SKU box, you can choose box number and row number. But I don't think that goes into the... Does that go into eBay? I don't know if that goes into eBay. I'll play around with it at some point. Yeah, so the latest Madison Card Show Facebook post, somebody said, I went last month, and of course, it's like they're troll accounts. So it's probably either like somebody that doesn't like the Madison Card Show or whatever. They're just hiding behind a fake, no profile pic. It's like a animals, a profile pic, no friends. I couldn't even enjoy the show. There's so many people, I couldn't even enjoy the show. Nobody goes because it's too crowded. It's like Yogi Bear. Oh, the show. Nobody goes anymore. There's too many people. Like, shut up. Just shut up. So, so it's like, if you want a bigger venue, are you willing to pay $10 admission? Are dealers willing to pay $200 for a table? Because that's what it's going to take to get into a larger venue around here. Or, and then you do that, and then people are going to, it's 10, the same person probably. I'm not paying to get in. I mean, people complain about $1 admission. Can you imagine having to charge $5 to $10 for a monthly card show? And by the way, that's never going to happen at the Madison. Don't say never. That's highly unlikely to happen at the Madison Card Show. So, we did charge $1 admission at the first couple months, and people complained. People complained about $1, and it's like, Jesus. It is what it is. Johnny M's in the house. Good morning. Been doing good with Bowman Draft player paper lots. Yeah, I've actually sold a couple. I sold a Mason win lot this week. And I sold somebody else, Nick Yorkie maybe. And then I had an offer. It was a little lower than I wanted to go. So I'm in the process of sorting 2022 Bowman Draft paper. And I just last night finished the first 4-row box out of 12 that I have. Plus, I've got I bought another bulk around the same time, so I've got even more. Probably a dozen more cards of each player. So I most players I have about 200 singles of each. So instead of just doing, I have the ability, what the hell word am I looking for? I have flexibility. That's the word I'm looking for. I have the flexibility to do both, large quantity and a lot. 25 card lot seems to be kind of a nice little point. So I might do more of that. I got to get them sorted. That's the problem. Sorting is a bitch, man. Sorting takes forever. I am Grumpy123 under the SKU box. You can choose box number and row number. I think the SKU has to be 2 numbers. So I'll play around with that. So I've been listing. What am I listing on eBay for 55 minutes in? So yesterday I listed about 600 singles. And I think now I do need to focus more on a lot of like cheapy singles, 99-cent, $1.75 singles. Now I got to get one batch I did was, do I have it with me? No, it's not that one. One batch had Ohtani and some nicer cards, $1.75 for the most. I think Ohtani I listed for $2.50. Listed a bunch of Heritage from 05, 14 Ginter, 2007 Ginter, which is, I'll put this batch up today. And then maybe this afternoon I'll focus on some player lots. And I've got to get Bowman drafts sorted. So I think that's what I'll do today. This afternoon, I've got more shipping to do. And then when I watch the Leathernecks, I'll start my second box of sorting Bowman draft and then do some player lot. I've got a lot of I was worrying Shane. He's like, oh, you're stealing my thunder on these player lots. Because he digs through my boxes and picks out certain players. But I'm like, hey, don't worry, because I don't have enough. My business is not like you've got to completely, almost radically change your operation to really focus on one or the other. If you're doing lots and you want to focus on singles, you've got to radically change how you do business efficiently and vice versa. Because it's not, when you're doing player lots, there's a little more time involved in the pulling, not really pulling, but in the shipping process. It takes, a couple, maybe up to 30 seconds longer to do those. So it is what it is, but I like to have the mix. I like to, because you do get a different buyer set when you go one way or the other. So that's why I like doing the small player lots. And they're pretty liquid. So that's what I had for today. We'll go live again tomorrow, probably about the same time, 8:30, somewhere in there. Whenever I decide to crawl out of bed, I like sleeping in on the weekends. Although I did sleep in because I think I was up at 7 and I just laid in bed. Biscuit's we're each other's heater. I don't need a heater because I have a lot of body heat that I leave off. So that's why Biscuit's loves lay in the summer. She loves sitting in the grass in the backyard. It could be 95, like me, it could be 95 degrees and the sun's beating down and she's a black dog and she just loves it. And then she starts, it's like, okay, let's go cool off, Biscuit. Let's go cool off. She'll come in, get some water. And then she's like, I want to go back outside. I want that sun. So she likes curling right up next to me and baking off my body heat. Running Buck Woodcraft, you have a great weekend as well. If you're going to a card show, we know Tom's going to Hartford. Have a good day. Find some good deals. Enjoy the show. Go Leathernecks. Tune into ESPN Plus today. Watch my Leathernecks take on Tennessee State. Looking for win number 10 in a row and going 6-0 in the conference. And some football. I don't know if I'm going to shower today. I think I'm going to keep this hoodie on, these comfortable sweatpants. I should put on my Western Illinois Leatherneck sweatpants. That's the one benefit when you work in college athletics. You don't get paid shit. You work long hours. You travel a lot, which is cool when you're a bachelor in your 20s, or I was in my early 30s. But the upside is they give you some comfortable swag. Sweatpants, hoodies, workout shirts. I didn't work out, but you get swag. So maybe I'll put my Leatherneck swag on today. All righty. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 Central. Check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more, and you'll save 25% off at checkout. Don't forget, next Saturday is the Madison Card Show at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. I listed 600 cards on eBay yesterday. It took me less than 90 minutes to put up 600 cards on eBay. You can do it too. Go to cardealerpro.com. And if you use promo code CUBS, C-U-B-S, you'll get 500 free scans upon any paid subscription. You can get the cheapest subscription. You can get the highest, most expensive subscription. But just using promo code CUBS, you'll get an additional 500 scans for free for using my promo code CUBS, C-U-B-S. And by the way, I hope to get signed up. I'm going to open the email right now. My buddy Don Caruso. Don, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm terrible at getting back to your emails with this stuff. So Don sent me some stuff to get signed up for the affiliate program through Rico. We'll try to get you some deals on the Rico scanners with an affiliate code. I've probably had 10 people ask me for affiliate codes in the last like 3 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. And that's me being lazy. So I need to focus on that. I'll get that done. What's up, G? Love the hat, giving off Rob Lowe NFL vibes. Thank you. So hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.